Yeah. Raw breed. Yeah. Put up or shut up, so I'm going in. Swim my patience with these haters now is growing thin. From MJ to John Jones on the Michael Phelps. We want the rings, the gold medals, and the title belts. Yeah, up and at 'em till we got it like it's nothing. Sports and money, only topics of discussion. Know that all that chirping gets you nowhere but a loud mouth. So you better come correct or you'll get fouled out.
Welcome to another episode of the Followed Out Podcast. Today is Sunday, September 15th. Today we are joined by none other than Lawrence Bulletproof Gabriel, professional fighter, friend, and whatever. You guys can talk. You don't have to be quiet.
You got to give us the go.
You were giving the intro, so
I was just
today.
Yeah, but I'm not
Lawrence
introducing you two.
What's going on, Lawrence? Introduce yourself, buddy.
Just here to have some fun, guys.
You ready?
Happy to be here.
This is our first ever guest on Followed Out.
So it may go terrible. We might not have the right.
But what we need to remember is that we're all friends and we don't have to be awkward.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so let me start it out with this. So last week, I said some stuff about James Harden's defense, and I'm owning up to it after the fact. I'm going to take a foul for it. So that's 3 fouls, and we're going to have a challenge for me this week. And hopefully they don't dirt me because Doug ate a lot of hot sauce, and I showed him leniency. We kind of thought maybe an ice bath, but maybe we could switch it up.
We're gonna.
What bath am I fitting in?
We
Unless you guys got a big bath.
Ain't fitting in much bath.
We definitely wanted to wait until now so we could get some user or some viewer.
Oh yeah. If you guys have suggestions, please comment. And if you comment, then you're entered into 2K. No, Sean's in the background just pissing me off.
He's our producer.
So what I was saying, if you comment with a suggestion on YouTube, you're entered in to win the 2K giveaway.
What's the YouTube?
YouTube.com/c/fouled out.
That's right. Instagram is Followed Out NBA. Facebook.com/Followed Out NBA. Our website is followedoutpodcast.com. And you can find us wherever you listen to podcasts. So
let me ask something. If anybody's watching right now and we could see, how does the audio sound?
It should sound okay.
I think
if everybody gives us the clear, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so this is we bought a new mic.
We got a whole new setup going on here.
So we got the sounds good. So I think we're good.
So for my foul, I'm gonna let professional boxer Lawrence Gabriel punch me in the face right now. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
That would suck.
That would be funny.
Yeah, we would definitely need a glove for that. And I don't have any gloves with me.
We do need to do a quick shout out to Raw Breed for the intro music. Check out their link in the description. Also, shout out to Brian Spo's Footwear for supporting the show once again. Check him out on Instagram. The link is also in the description.
We got a little rivalry going. We got the Eagles across here, and we have the Redskins.
But we've agreed that fuck the Cowboys.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think everybody agrees that. Fuck Cowboys, Patriots too, and that's about it. So what do you got for news? What do we have this week?
So in the NBA, only a couple small things.
Probably the biggest will start with the FIBA, right?
Yeah, FIBA. Spain won the FIBA World Cup.
We finished 7th, right?
Yeah.
7th place.
The worst.
We did great.
Previously undefeated for 13 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
However long.
Yeah, I don't know.
Forever.
And then we switched to Popovich, and Popovich's plan.
Yeah, that looks bad on him.
I don't know if
really not him.
Okay, so here's probably what it was a little bit of. They don't want to play over there for free. They're away from home on their time off, and then probably Popovich came in and got super serious, didn't let them be lax at all, and everybody just started withdrawing. Like, okay.
Yeah, the type of players they have, I don't know if they really fit like a Popovich system. So,
Did you watch FIBA at all?
A little, not as much as I
hard to watch
wanted
the
to.
games.
Yeah, the games are weird times.
6 in the morning, 3:30 in the morning.
I watched Spain. I can't remember which other game I watched. I did watch USA a little bit.
I watched a few of the games.
I think it was like Croatia. I don't remember what it is.
Spain played pretty good today. I watched it for a stretch. I'm browsing through the channels, and on ESPN2, it's the FIBA championship. So I'll tune in. I know we're doing this later. Scores 43-33. Spain's beating Argentina, correct?
Mm-hmm.
by 10, and they just go on a tear. Marc Gasol, every single play, he had an impact on offense or defense, a good pass, a good screen that's was key. His blocks,
man, he looked like a stud.
But it's the people he's playing against too, like we talked about. Argentina's best player, it looked like, was Luis Scola. He scored 28 last game.
How old is he? Like 39.
38, 39.
He hasn't been in the league for a little while now.
I couldn't
right?
tell.
He
cut his hair. Remember when he had
Oh my
that
God, he has
goofy
different
haircut?
hair. Yeah.
In that
He
one game,
shaved
he
it.
looked really good.
Yes.
Like,
Yep.
really good.
That's a problem though when that's your best player on the court.
Yeah. And Spain had some really good NBA players like Rubio. He was the MVP.
Rubio,
of the whole
yep.
FIBA.
Hernan Gomez came off the bench, scored 16 last game or 14.
Which Hernan Gomez was it? Because there's like 4 of them.
All right, I don't know.
The tall one.
Yeah, right? Is it the one from? Okay, who is it now? The Nuggets, or is there one on the Knicks, or is there both?
No, the
guy
Knicks
on
got
Knicks
traded.
is gone. I think there's Juan. I think that's the one it was. It was Juan Hernan Gomez, but there's also Willie.
I don't think it was Willie.
It wasn't Willie.
Nope. So that was probably
Pretty sure
the
it was
brother.
Juan.
Okay.
Maybe they both were on the team. I don't even
Yeah,
know.
that's true. Maybe there was a Hernan Gomez on.
They can get away with it with a name.
Yeah, was Pau Gasol on the team?
I didn't. Okay, so what I watched, I didn't see Gasol.
Yeah, no, I didn't watch the full game, so I'm not
Well,
sure.
I didn't see Paul. I saw Mark, obviously.
Yeah.
So FIBA
What about that French cat that you like?
Frank Ntilikina.
Yeah, I couldn't say his
So
name.
he's the Knicks.
I still can't say his name.
Ntilikina?
Ntilikina.
That's a cool
You
name.
could just call him the French Prince.
So the Knicks picked him what?
He's
fourth?
good or no?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Either way, there was a lot of controversy.
There was a
that
lot. They picked him
should've
right
picked-
before Dennis Smith Jr.
Exactly. They ended up with him though.
And
They
ended
got
up
him.
with him. But I like him a lot. His game isn't like there yet, but defensively it's there. He's a force on
his
defense.
size and athleticism,
His length,
he's a great
his size,
defender.
He's an athlete.
Who's your team?
The Knicks.
Is it the
Yeah.
Knicks?
I like
Cool.
the Knicks and the Kings.
Okay.
Back when the Kings had Bibby and Stojakovic and Weber, Vlade Divac, that was my team. I love that team more than anything. And then I like the Knicks. I didn't really like the Knicks that much when I was younger, but then they kind of grew on me. And then they had Carmelo, obviously, who was like my favorite player, and now they suck. All my sports
Carmelo.
teams suck right now.
Hey man, I feel you. I'm a Jets fan.
How is Carmelo Watch 2019 going?
It's looking
Has
like
he found a
he
team
might
yet?
actually go to the Nets.
I'm
gonna go to the
surprised
Big
he
Three?
didn't try to play for FIBA.
I want him to go to the Big Three. He
That'd
did
be-
try to play for FIBA. They said no.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they told him no.
Oh my God.
Speaking of the big three,
Oh yeah.
Joe Johnson.
Yeah. Joe Johnson. He got a contract back in the NBA. I mean, there's.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know the exact situation with him. I don't know if he was like forced out of the NBA.
I could
Kevin
probably
said-
elaborate
Did he
a little bit
sign? I
better.
thought they just agreed on the
No,
deal.
he's signed. He's on
he
the
did?
Detroit Pistons now for a 1-year deal.
So 2 years ago, maybe it was 3 now. Maybe it was 2. He was closing as a 36-year-old for the Jazz in the playoffs, and he was playing very well. His mother got sick last year, and he said, and I was listening to him, and maybe it was a radio. It was on the radio show, the start or whatever it is with Brian Scalabrine and Frank Isola in the morning, the starting lineup, and he said that he didn't play because he wanted to spend the last months with his dying mother, and she did pass. So then he played with the big three. Ice Cube
He looked amazing.
pitched him a great idea. Whoever pitched him a good idea, and that he came back because he can give a team definitely a good little run.
Always been so dominant.
Especially he's got the clutch gene in him.
Yeah.
Him with the Hawks,
The
he
way
was
he
one of the
handles
best
the
ever.
ball, he can
That
post
Hawks
up
team was so
and he
good.
can drive. He can shoot threes.
Yep.
He's tall for his position. I've always liked him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. Joey
But
J's sick.
that makes me think a lot about the big three. Is like I think a lot of these older veteran players that aren't getting a lot of contracts. It's like a D League for older players now.
Yeah, but they
Oh,
don't
yeah,
want.
without
They're not
doubt.
going there to try to really come back here.
I mean, players could do that.
They
Like, Melo
could,
should do that.
But what
right
I'm
now.
saying, yeah, but that's not what the platform is. It's mainly like Hall of Famers are coaching.
No,
it
that's
and
not what it was
legends.
made for.
And like
no.
it's the older players still want to play ball and have a competitive league.
Yeah.
Yeah,
most
but
aren't-
this could be a way for them to be like, hey, I still.
No,
got
it
this
always
game.
could have been. It always could have been.
That's
But
what
most
Nate
players
Robinson
going
tried
into
doing.
there, they're not. They're there.
Isn't that what
and
Steven Jackson was doing?
They're not going
Yeah,
back
I
and
mean,
forth. Steven Jackson will never come back. He's
never
so
gonna come
old.
back.
I mean,
But,
but
like,
he
that's
fits
No, I'm
perfect
saying
with
he
them.
was just in the big three because he still wanted to play.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
They
like
just- there's-
99%.
He didn't want to go
Yeah.
back to the NBA. He
I mean,
just wanted
like,
to play in that.
I don't see NBA players like retiring and want to like join bowling leagues and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah, exactly. That's a great point.
Chris Paul, right? Isn't he like an?
yeah,
avid
Chris
bowler?
Paul is
Yeah.
like that's like his favorite thing besides basketball is bowling.
He can't wait to retire.
Steph Curry's got that putt show.
Yeah,
Does he really?
Have you seen that?
I haven't seen it.
Holy moly! Oh, it's great. It
What
might be
is it?
one of the best.
I didn't
shows
know
on
he was
TV.
such a good golfer.
Yeah, I've heard that he was definitely. He's a golfer on all his off time. I think that's what he does.
So we do have a little bit of football news just because Jim Brown's a Syracuse legend. He just got passed today for record rushing touchdowns, correct?
Yep.
By Adrian Peterson of the Redskins. Is that a Peterson jersey?
This team.
No, this is a Sean Taylor jersey. Sean Taylor was my favorite player. Then he got murdered.
All
Got
right.
murdered. I don't
Yeah,
know nothing
Just
about
got
that.
dug
Sean
real quick.
Taylor, they broke into his house in the off season. Some people broke into his house in the off season and robbed him and shot him. He died.
Yikes.
That is rough. I did not know that.
Yikes. Shit.
Do we want to move to just badgering Lawrence with questions, or what do we want to do?
let's berate him with questions now.
Okay. Very good.
So-
Well,
Sounds
let's get into why we brought you on the show. I mean, obviously you're our friend. You're also a professional boxer. You have a fight coming up soon.
Yep. October 18th.
Yeah, so that's
October
exciting.
18th.
Where is your fight?
Seneca Niagara Casino.
Just so everybody, I've seen the post, but I'm just making sure everybody else can know too.
What weight are you fighting at?
I'm fighting at heavyweight for this fight. My next one after this is going to be at 175.
Okay.
But the guy I'm fighting isn't a big heavyweight. I think they said he's like down to like 210. So he just tells me he doesn't want to lose those last 10 pounds.
What do you
Same
weigh now
problem.
currently? How do the brackets work?
With the weight class late 175 is light heavyweight. Then I usually fight at cruiserweight, and the limit for that is 200. So
Okay.
I would fight at
Cruiser, I like that.
right at 200 pounds to be the biggest,
Okay.
have the most weight in the weight class, and then anything over 201 is heavyweight.
Okay.
So I mean, I could be 202 and fight at heavyweight.
Gotcha.
Not like I want to, but
And then there's stuff over heavyweight, right? Like super heavyweight and stuff.
nope. They were
There
they were thinking about doing like a super heavyweight division, but they haven't gotten anything into that yet.
Oh, thought there
And
was.
MMA was thinking about that too, because they have that.
I just want to see two 400-pound men go at it.
Yeah, I
That's
know,
all I've
right?
ever wanted.
I mean, that's sumo wrestling, but you know.
That's why I love sumo
There's some
wrestling.
small sumo
Oh, no.
wrestlers that win.
Yeah, I've seen him.
Oh yeah, it's about technique with that sport too, man.
I think that's my calling in life.
Sumo
Being a
wrestling.
sumo wrestler.
You gonna wear the diaper though?
I wear that every day.
Oh, okay. All right.
Doug
all right.
wears a diaper.
Confirmed on podcast.
So Lawrence, when did you start training in boxing?
I did it a little bit when I was young, probably like 15, but I stopped. I didn't have any focus when I was a kid.
Same.
So I basically like really got into MMA actually, and wanted to become an MMA fighter. I went to the army and like did jiu-jitsu there, and then I got out and I was like, I'm gonna fight, and I started training, but I like started overtraining, just trying to do too much. I'm like, I'm gonna step back and do something as a base and then expand from that,
So
and
you
that was
focused-
boxing.
Yeah, you focused on
Yeah,
boxing.
and then because I'm not like for MMA, it's either jiu-jitsu, wrestling. You know, I'm not really into either of those too much. I'm a stand-up fighter, so I was like, I'll do boxing, and I just got good at it. And
It's awesome.
I've definitely seen you
Wish
throw
I
a
could
punch.
box. You got a question for him? I can keep going.
Hit
if
him
you
with
want
some
me to.
stuff.
All right. You already mentioned your favorite NBA team, right?
Well, hold on. I got a question for him. Where did you train? You grew up around here?
Yep.
You're from the reservation?
no, I'm from the Syracuse area, but I've never lived on the reservation.
Okay, I got you. I was going to ask, where did you train first?
The first place I went to was Ray Rinaldi's
I was going to ask you if it was
gym.
Ray Rinaldi, because
Yeah,
that's where
and
most people fight around
The
here.
Pond Street. I actually got in trouble when I was a kid for like stealing a bike or something, and I had to do community service, and that's where a lot of kids did community service,
Yep.
and I knew it wasn't going to be something that I like didn't want to do, so I did it there, and then I wish I stuck with it. If I'd stuck with it, I'd probably be a millionaire by
Yeah,
now.
for sure.
But I mean, you know,
You said
Things
you were
happen.
in the military. What branch of the military were you in?
I was in the Army.
What'd you do in the army?
I was in the 82nd Airborne Division Infantry.
Does that mean you
For
drop
4
out of
years.
planes?
Yes, I did.
It's
That's
pretty
so cool.
awesome.
It sounds fun.
It's not fun.
It's probably
The,
scary
the
as
Army
shit.
sucks the fun out of everything.
Yeah.
It's jumping's fun, landing sucks.
That makes sense.
That's
All right.
true.
Who's your favorite fighter of all time?
Of all time,
Or just right now, even?
my favorite fighter right now, I actually sparred the guy. His name's David Benavidez. Fights a super middleweight, 168. One of my good friends, Chris Burns, who's a coach, we had Canastota for the Hall of Fame, like they have that every year, and he texted me and was like, I got to get a couple people to spar with David Benavidez, and I put your name in so you can spar with him. And I was like, awesome.
What was that experience like?
Actually, not very good because I mean it was awesome to spar with him. I mean, I wish I would have did better, but I feel like they didn't give me the best chance. I like had my first day of school the same day. I had to be there at 1, so I got done with school at 12. Drove out, took 40 minutes, drove out there, got there right about 1 o'clock. There's 3 other people to spar. They were all there. Had their stuff on. We're all warming up, and I got there last, and they were like, "You got to go first."
You came in cold.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I couldn't even warm up. I just threw my stuff on and got in and sparred the super middleweight champ of the world. And I mean, I did good for the first 2 rounds. Third round, he hit me with some good shots. He caught me with a liver shot pretty bad. And then, like, by the end of the 3rd round, I was like, I'm done.
What's that? How different is that from like your regular fights? Could you tell how good he was?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. His distance, his experience was definitely like you could see it in just being in there with him and like throwing feints and like the way he sets up his punches and how pinpoint he was. Like I said, I got hit to the liver, and a lot of times you get hit to the body and like you can't really you feel it, but you don't like pinpoint it. It could be really hard, but like it was like a nail gun. He hit me right where he needed to, and I was like, ugh.
You hear a lot of times like NFL players say like the shift from college to the NFL is so different. So I was just wondering if that's like kind of the same thing between like amateur and pro boxing.
Yeah, definitely. Amateurs they try to a little more touchy. It's not so much power. Power shots matter a lot more in professional boxing. They also have CompuBox that counts all the punches that you land and throw, and like you can definitely out-throw somebody, but if their punches are more effective and like you get hurt, you're probably gonna lose. So it's like the power is what changes the whole game, really. In amateur, it's all about points. How many times you could touch. I mean, you can also obviously always knock somebody out, but if you even just touch somebody with the little white of your glove, it's a point. So it's just about getting points, really.
Oh, that makes sense.
I got a question for you. So what's your training technique like? Like what's your schedule now that you have an upcoming fight? How hard do you train? How many hours a day? Are your meals up or down?
Don't give away all your secrets either.
Well, it's not that. It's just
I train a couple hours a day. I try to run at least 4 or 5 times a week. It's for when it comes to diet, it's not that hard for me. I'm pretty good at controlling my weight. I don't really have to go up or down, so I know what I have to do, and I know when I have to fuel my body to make myself recover. So it's pretty easy now. If I have to lose weight, all I really have to do is not eat meat as much. Okay. And then I can just really shred weight easily.
Wouldn't that be nice?
I mean, it's all about knowing like yourself, really. That's like a big thing on boxing too. You got to know.
I haven't met him yet.
So if you weren't boxing, what sport would you rather play in life?
Probably lacrosse.
Yeah, I love lacrosse.
I played. That was like.
I love watching lacrosse.
Hey, Ant, didn't we used to play with Dan Sanchez? Didn't we have sticks or not you?
No, that wasn't me.
Okay, I used to play
played
catch
soccer
them
with Dan. I never played lacrosse.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I played lacrosse since I was like 6 up until like high school when I didn't care about grades or school.
I know that story.
Fair enough. All right, you want to talk about something more fun? Something more serious? Where do we want to go?
I like fun.
You like fun?
I like fun.
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie.
Yeah. Probably should have gave these questions beforehand, but
Yeah,
one
on the spot.
We're hitting you.
I'm gonna say The Departed.
Love that.
Wow.
What's your favorite
A
boxing?
man of culture. Favorite boxing movie, did you say?
Yeah. There's like 3.
Yeah, I was going to say, what was he got to choose from? Rocky 1, 2, or 3?
Yeah, right.
The Fighter?
No, they got a
Raging
bunch
Bull.
out. Southpaw, that was decent.
I
right?
would say the best choreography for any boxing movie was like probably Southpaw.
I think we've seen Southpaw.
I've
in
never
theaters.
seen that
Yeah.
one.
That's a
I
good
love
one.
that movie.
I like the
Or
soundtrack.
like Creed 1 and 2 are both really good when it comes to like the boxing scenes. I like the first Creed. I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
What's on the playlist pre-fight? What kind? Do you wear like headphones and start getting amped up with music, or do you take a different approach when you're about to fight? What's your pregame
I wouldn't
stance?
say amped up. It's more just focused. What I tell, like, even when I'm like helping other people, it's like, when you're in the ring, there's no emotion. So like, I don't really get hyped up or anything like that, or like
Okay.
get mad because anger clouds your judgment. So
Okay.
when you're in the ring, you gotta think about every move you make. So it's kind of like in my head, I just try to go over like how I can control things, like how I can control situations and the way I need to move, and like.
Do you like a quiet setting before you go in? Do you like to like meditate basically in your thoughts, or do you care? Do you have a whole team around you and you go in from there?
I don't know. I feel like it's kind of been different every time. There's been a couple times where I did like warm up's really important for me. So like, I know it'll probably take about like a half an hour to warm up, and then like just like do deep breathing for a little while to expand my lungs, and then just like pretty much relax and try to be as relaxed as I possibly can.
Yeah, absolutely. How does it feel to knock somebody out? How great is that? It's like KO. Match
Honestly,
is
I
done.
can't. I mean, it's great to end a fight before like the end of the fight, before all the rounds are over. Yeah, it is. It is definitely a relief. I wouldn't specifically put a feeling behind knocking somebody out. I mean,
Doesn't pump up the
You
adrenaline.
can ask
I mean, it
Doug.
does
He's
a
got
little
like
bit.
20 bodies on him.
yeah. I mean,
I'm saying, like, for athletes, like a football player, when you score a touchdown, that amps you up. Basketball player hit the big shot. I don't know if like the knockout gives that adrenaline rush
Yeah.
that like, or does just
honestly,
winning the fight give the adrenaline.
honestly, it's kind of usually a surprise because it's usually by a punch you don't really think it's even going to do anything, and then
Okay.
you catch the person, and then it's like, oh, it's like,
Gotcha.
and then
yeah.
you get hyped after that.
Makes
You're
sense.
like,
That makes sense.
that's
Because you never
awesome.
know what the killing blow is gonna be.
Yeah, it's usually a punch. It's not usually a punch where it's like you wind up really hard. It's usually a punch where they don't they don't see it coming, and that's
get 'em
what
right.
hurt. That's what hurts you more than anything else.
Gotcha.
The punch that does it, you don't see.
How's the adrenaline dump after a fight's done? How's your body feel? When does the
I
pain
actually
start to
think
catch up
when
to you?
the first time I fought at the Turning Stone, I think I definitely had an adrenaline dump in the ring. Because I outboxed the guy for 2 rounds. It felt really well, and then third, fourth round, I just couldn't even. I felt like I couldn't even throw punches,
Totally
and
gassed.
it was in my head. I wasn't gassed, like I wasn't even breathing hard, like I wasn't tired. I just couldn't throw punches. I've never experienced that before.
Was that the big stage for the
Yeah.
first time?
Well, I wouldn't say a big stage, but it was.
The biggest
I mean,
stage I meant.
yeah, I guess you would say, and fighting at home, everybody I know is there. So
Did it add if I was there too?
Yeah.
Did it add like it probably did like some jitters, or did it add something different than the normal fight? So next time you go into the situation again, you're going to be better prepared and expect what's.
oh yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm definitely used to fighting at the Turning Stone. Once you get in the ring and see all the people around, it's definitely like you're kind of like whoa.
Yeah.
But I
ESPN's
mean,
there too. Everybody's there.
after the first couple times, it's kind of just like off to business.
Okay. Yep.
So we got a question from chat that I think is pretty good. So Kaleidopod says, "Does fighting feel automatic, or do you think about what you are doing?"
Well, that's a good question, Benji.
Well, both. Because you definitely want to train your body to have muscle memory. So you don't want to have to think about everything while you're in the ring. Like when you throw punches, your hands come back, or your footwork. You want those things to be automatic. You don't want to have to think about that. You want to think about other things like moving your head and countering and getting away when you need to and stepping when you need to, rather than how you throw your punch or just
So you want
like
to think about like your tactics, not your technique, right?
yeah, exactly. You want your technique to just happen automatically, and then your tactics is what you want to focus on. Because if you're worrying about your technique, you shouldn't be in the ring.
That would be
You're
me.
not ready for it.
That's why I'm so bad at golf.
What's your favorite punch to throw? Do you like the jab? Do you like the uppercut?
The jab's definitely my best punch. I have definitely gotten better at going to the body. Hook to the body is like probably my favorite, and I feel like I've been digging the body
I hear
really
body
well.
shots hurt more than the face shots.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, because you're hitting organs, and your head is bone.
Gotcha. Yep.
So, I mean, it's definitely a lot harder to take body shots, and they wear you down quick. You take like 3 or 4 body shots in a round, and you can barely, like, you try and take breath. You take these breaths as you're walking back to the corner.
Have you ever been just like completely stopped from the body?
No, I've definitely gone down from I'm training. I've been hit. Good buddy of mine, Matt Spack, who is like 6 foot, 260, and just like a freak athlete, caught me one time and hooked it behind, and I had to kneel. I was done. It was the first time I ever got hit to the liver, and it shuts your whole body down.
That's happened to me before, and that is not a fun feeling.
No, not at all.
So do you want to get into the Redskins today? Get a little sports going.
Do they play today?
A little other sports. The
Did
Redskins.
they already play today?
Yeah, they played. Yeah, it was
How'd
1
they do?
o'clock. They lost by 10.
They lost, but they didn't lose that bad. against the
31-21,
Cowboys.
I think.
I think the Redskins are decent. Judging from their they lost these 2 games, but like
Yeah,
they probably should have beat the Eagles. Not that I want to say that.
I mean, yeah, I agree.
And I think they could have beat the Cowboys.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's. I mean, all the announcers are saying too that it's just their defense is not as good as they thought. They thought they'd be like a top 5 defense, and they haven't really been able to stop anybody. I mean, the Eagles and the Cowboys are obviously stout on offense, so it's.
I mean, you guys did really good in the first half of both of those games.
Maybe we just need to play 2 halves of football. Then I don't know.
Just gotta get you on the sideline. Tell them.
That's a tough division.
Yeah, other than the Giants, yeah.
I mean, usually the Giants are pretty decent. Other than like the last 4 years, the Giants have been good. Eagles,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a solid core of teams. Cowboys usually.
I feel
play
like we
hard.
kind of go into like a round robin of sucking. Like at least one team sucks.
Yeah.
The Eagles sucked for a while when we had Chip Kelly. Cowboys, I don't know. I just always think they suck, so I don't know.
I'm just hoping it ends up like every year when they think they're good for the first two games, and then they just fall off.
Yeah, I mean, if they got
Or
the
at
win,
least,
that might
I
be even
mean-
worse. Now they're hungry for a win, so who do they play next
They're
week?
hungry for money. What do you mean?
Well, yeah.
Who was on your
But
games
you make
to
more
watch?
money if you win. What?
Who was on the games to watch from our recap from last week? Who do you got?
I got to bring it back up, so talk about something.
So your next fight, you ready? How's your cardio feeling?
Oh, actually, I feel great. My cardio is awesome. I feel definitely probably best like my cardio's been at this point before fight than probably any other. I've been running really well. Sometimes my knees hurt, but they haven't really hurt me at all. So I've been like doing really well with it.
Typically, how long do you have in between fights?
Too long. I mean, ideally, probably most boxers want to fight 6 times a year. That's a good amount. I don't have a lot of fights underneath my belt, so I'd love to be able to do that. But usually fighters that get 6 fights a year have like a promoter, and I don't necessarily have a contract with a promoter at this time.
So he's looking.
Yeah, I mean, you need to have a lot of people behind you,
Right.
and I mean, it's not like I don't think I don't have a lot of people behind me, but I mean, I could always have more.
Yeah, for sure.
So you said your knees hurt. Is that from fighting or is that from running? They hurt.
Or just being tall.
Well, no. My point was maybe if you're running a lot, are you doing it like on the streets and stuff? Or just,
Well, yeah, I do run on streets, but honestly, I think before it was like my shoes.
Okay.
It's weird because this is kind of the opposite what you expect to happen, but I was wearing regular like sneakers that I've got my feet scanned before, and they said I have to wear these certain kind of sneakers. I wear them, they would make my knees hurt. I put Vibrams on, little toe shoes.
Yeah.
I put those on, I run, my knees don't hurt.
Gotcha.
And there's no cushion on those at all.
That's interesting.
That is.
So
Cool. You want to know
Whatever
about those
works,
games
works.
to watch?
Yeah. What did you have on the games to watch? Did you write down what I
like
said?
the games
too?
that
So I
already
wanna go back.
happened, or the games that
Yeah,
are
the game.
coming?
Well, all of them. What are they like? 4, 5, 3?
Yeah, the Cardinals at the Ravens, which was
You did?
that was a good game.
Oh, I thought you meant that's okay. I thought you meant the Cardinal. You picked the Cardinals to win over the Ravens.
No,
I'm like, damn.
I didn't make any picks.
So
I just
real
said these are
quick,
good
just
games.
so you guys know what they're talking about. Midway through the week, we did a video on YouTube, games
yeah.
to watch. Check it out.
It's on
You guys-
Facebook.
Well, no.
It's
You
not
got
on
that. You
YouTube.
got that wrong, Doug. That's a foul.
It's on Facebook. Okay, follow
Well,
me.
no, he got a foul because we made a midweek segment called All In, but we already had games to watch established from last Sunday when Anthony implemented it.
Didn't you talk about those on the video, though?
We did, but I meant
Kevin's pulling semantics on you. I see how it is.
He's always
He's trying to
headbutting
get
me.
you a foul.
I just
See what I deal with here?
Doug gets a foul.
All right, I'll take a foul for that.
hey, I gave a foul to myself to
I'm
foul
giving him
out.
the foul because he said it's on YouTube and it's not.
Oh, that's what, okay. I gave him one for something else, but that's all right.
All right, there is a video on
Hey, we do
Facebook.
have to spice it up though, because if we don't get fouls, then
Yeah, no, I'm cool with it.
that wasn't headhunting though. That was just trying to correct it.
It's not.
So yeah, we
headbutting.
do have a segment that we put out on Facebook. It's just a recap of all the games we were talking about last week, and then at the end we went through some games for this week, and now I'm gonna go through those games
Is
again.
this going to be a common? We're going to do this weekly thing.
I don't see why not. I mean, we don't have to. If people don't like it, tell us to stop.
Hey, we go for an hour.
Tell
we
us to
might as
stop.
well do it.
Yeah, we
we
still-
need content.
We still got some time. So we had the Cardinals at the Ravens, which I thought was interesting for most of it.
Do you have
The
an
Ravens
update
look
on that
good.
score? Didn't you?
They were down by 6. The Cardinals were down by 6 with 3 minutes left. I haven't seen what happened, so
Yeah, I
I'm
don't even
assuming
know.
I
somebody
don't
won.
know. I just wonder how Lamar
I wonder if the
Jackson played.
Cardinals won.
Oh, Lamar Jackson did great.
Did he have another like 5 touchdown game or no?
I think it was like 3, and probably like 2 or 3, but I'm pretty sure he had a lot of passing yards.
He had a lot of rushing yards too. He had like 150,
Yeah, he's dirty.
and like he runs so good. Like he is not his running style is not a quarterback. It's incredible that he can throw the ball that well, and can run like that.
Yep. Who else
Yeah.
was on your games to watch?
The Ravens won by 6.
Okay.
We had Cowboys at the Redskins. We kind of talked about that. I just wanted to see how the NFC East is shaping out.
And you called it. You said if Cowboys win, the Redskins really suck.
I think right now we got. I hate to say this.
Cowboys
I guess we'll have to
number
wait
one.
until tonight's game, but I'm going to say Cowboys, Eagles, Redskins, Giants. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, because the Redskins have played better than the Giants, right?
yeah, the Giants
like-
are terrible.
Yeah, Giants are just awful.
What else? Seahawks at the Steelers. That was like it was a real close one until Big Ben died. Threw his elbow out, and then the Seahawks took over that game.
Did he really?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him, but he had an elbow injury and came out of the game. And
Yeah, I said
I don't
probably will
I don't
not-
even know who
will
their
not
backup
return.
is.
I guess they have a good backup. I don't know his name, but somebody I was with was like, "Oh, their backup's whoever." I don't know what the hell that means, but somebody did say their backup was pretty good.
Well, they just traded their other backup, Dobbs. I don't know what his first name is, to Jaguars, and who the fuck was it? I can't remember who they just played. I don't know, number 2. But anyway, he didn't win the game, which is to be expected of a backup usually. 49ers at Bengals. Not a dog shit game. The 49ers actually looked really good.
Okay, so we took a parlay with his side, and I went with him, and he took Cincy. I did like 49ers. That was one of my big games I wanted to bet, but I still ended up doing good without them. I figured the line was kind of fishy to me. Dalton threw for 400 last week, and it's basically pick 'em. People are gonna be all over the Bengals at home. Pick 'em.
Yeah, that's my fucking flaw. I just didn't know. Like, I hate betting the Bengals because they're
Me
so
too.
inconsistent.
That's
yeah.
one team I would never think to bet anything about.
Yeah.
You know
Do
what?
you
5
bet
years
a
ago,
lot,
though.
Lawrence?
I don't.
Oh God! One thing about the
not
Bengals,
much
like
of a
5
bettor
years
either.
ago, they were pretty damn good, and they were on the cusp of getting in like every single year by a game. They'd lose to somebody in the AFC by a game.
Yeah, they were like extra mediocre.
Yep.
And that's all the games we had for the 1 o'clock. Oh wait, no, we had Patriots at the Dolphins just because.
And the Patriots.
And I actually didn't really watch much of it. The Patriots just absolutely destroyed them.
Yeah, what's the
Yeah.
point of watching? Did AB do good?
AB scored a touchdown.
He did score a touchdown.
I don't know how many yards he had, but at one point he had like 56. I saw.
I don't know. I only saw the touchdowns because I was watching Red Zone.
Did Josh
today.
Gordon score one early? Did you see the highlight? Somebody jumped in the stands with everybody, and I thought it was
That
Josh
was-
Gordon.
Did
No,
the
that was
Lambeau
Antonio
leak?
Brown.
That was Antonio
He's wearing
Brown?
17. It looks weird.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
Apparently that was his dad's number back in the day.
Okay, that's pretty cool. They're gonna be so hard to beat.
Yeah.
They'll never lose at home, and if you do beat them, that's cool. The next time they're winning, but they
Yeah.
are
The
Super
NFL's
Bowl.
meeting with the girl tomorrow too, so we'll see what happens.
Doing what?
Yeah,
The girl.
Back
that
us up
accused
a
him-
little
this
bit.
is
Yeah,
some.
tell
w-
us what's going on here.
Well, no, I know, but tell the viewers what
So
you mean.
Antonio Brown got accused of sexual assault and a bunch of other stuff.
I feel like
But it's a civil suit, so
Civil suit,
He's
non-criminal,
not
and she will
facing
settle
criminal
for
charges.
$75,000. That's
Yeah,
a joke.
That's not fishy
2
at all.
Yeah,
Or
right.
with like the timing of it to come out,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem weird.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, they're meeting with her tomorrow.
And if
so
the
we'll see.
NFL
She's
didn't-
going to get paid.
Maybe
Oh,
not.
yeah.
But if the NFL didn't suspend him or let him not, they don't think it's that big
Well,
either.
they suspend him, then
generally
he
they
can't
need
pay her.
evidence in order to suspend him.
So
not
it's,
the
if
other
it's
way
not
around.
okay.
They'll probably
Because
just
he's
pay her to go
innocent
away.
until proven guilty. But
Who else you got?
the last game on here is Browns Jets, which is until tomorrow.
All right. Speaking of the Jets, damn it, week one last week we lose 17-16. We blow a 16, I think 0 lead or something.
Yep.
And now, freaking, what's his name? Darnold's.
He's out there kissing.
He's out there kissing, getting mono, and now they said he won't be back. They have their bye week 4, so he might not even play again until week 5.
That's
And what's
terrible.
fishy is a
Just 'cause he's
lineman
sick,
has
he's not
mono
even
too.
Hurt. There's
Hey,
a lineman
mono's
with mono.
rough. I've had it
Yes,
before.
so
I mean,
something's
you
fishy.
can get it without kissing people. I think.
Is there ever been another like famous athlete who's been diagnosed with mononucleosis and it's been on TV as much as this? Because I don't ever remember seeing that.
No, because usually every quarterback who gets mono probably just still plays through.
Yeah,
They
'cause
don't-
it's like,
they don't take 6
oh, I'm
weeks.
There's like-
sleepy.
There's like varying degrees of mono.
Dude, Dan
Yeah.
Sanchez
But
gets
there's-
brought up
there's a
twice
lot of
today,
different
but Dan
kinds of
Sanchez,
mono.
I think he finished school once he got mono. He was out for a whole year before, him and his sister. That would bring you back far, but yeah, it was kind of like that can take you out, I guess, forever.
It was
It's
rough.
it's a serious sickness.
Yeah.
They make
But
it
still,
seem like
it's
it's
funny.
serious for him. That like
Yeah.
all the announcers are like it's a throwaway year, and I'm like,
There's definitely varying.
I saw a bunch of guys on Twitter, like former players and shit, that said I had mono, blah blah blah. I was out for three months.
Wow.
Not
Wow.
like not out during the season,
Just
but
the
like
fatigue.
It
of
fatigues your
alone.
body so
Yeah.
much. You have to recover for a month, I hear, just to
You
get all the
sleep a lot,
vitamins and
too.
stuff back in.
yeah, wild.
That-
Yeah, that's,
that sucks. Because you know what? I thought maybe with that fishy line, the Jets would beat the Browns, and the Browns would. Everybody would be looking at the Browns like, "What the hell is going on? You guys were supposed to be a beast of a team."
I think we definitely should have taken the Browns before this, but I mean, you can't even know that. So
Yeah, but there was like a 2-hour window when
Yeah,
we
there
could have
definitely was.
we could have got a 3-point difference. But watch him still lose. Simeon is trash, but he's not heavy T, right? Like
he's lowercase t.
he started with the Broncos for a bit. Yeah, he's
that means
trash.
trash if you didn't know that.
Yeah, trash is a swear word on this show.
No, but I just
One
used
week
it.
I yelled at Kevin for saying it, and then it's on a swear word ever since.
No,
'Cause
everybody.
if
We
you're
use it
gonna say
every
someone's
episode.
Trash, you got to back it up.
We've been using it though all this time. And he's not obviously, but damn, Melo that's trash. He's not getting a damn team at this point. Like it's starting to make me think.
Well,
I guess all the vets on
Yeah,
the,
KD and Kyrie are
Nets.
pushing that hard.
Not even.
oh
even
yeah, and the Nets.
DeAndre Jordan wants him. A bunch of players want him on the Nets, so it's looking like he's going to go there.
They should. That'd be a cool fit.
I think he needs
He'd
to
still
go
be in New
somewhere.
York or Brooklyn. Same shit.
I would kind of hate it because I'm a Knicks fan, and he's going to be playing for the Nets.
Yeah,
So
I would hate
Not a
that
huge
too.
fan of
I
that.
mean,
Once
I don't.
KD's healthy, what would their 5 be with Carmelo? Would he be playing off the bench?
He'd be a
obviously?
bench,
Oh,
he'd be a bench player. He's not
definitely
going to start
be-
over.
He'd be an eighth man.
I don't know. I don't even know what position
He would be an
plays
eighth
small
man.
forward,
For-
which is the
yeah,
same
forward.
position that
Spencer
KD
Dinwiddie
plays.
would be the 6th man, or Caress LeVert would be the 7th, vice versa, and Melo would probably be 8th man on
Do you
that
think he's
roster.
willing to do that?
Yeah,
I think he is now that he hasn't
I
been in
don't
the league
know,
for so
actually.
I think
long.
he'll take pretty much any role he can get at this point.
I don't know, because say he has 8 points per game, 10 points per game, his career average might get under 20, and he does not want that. He
I
does
don't
not.
think, I don't think that's an issue with him anymore.
Yes, it is.
How old
Well,
is he?
we will never know.
We will
but
never
I'll
know.
tell you
His-
what, Carmelo was pissed off. He getting talked about being a 6-man before the last 2 years with the Thunder and Rockets. He did not want to do that.
That's not. I mean, from what he said, that's not what happened. He said he
True,
was never
true.
told to be a bench player.
Carmelo
on
is
Thunder.
35 years old. You got to think
He's-
at some point he realizes that he's old and his
That's where he's at now.
points per game can go down.
That's where he's at now.
He needs to still make money.
I feel like his game
It's not like he's
though
doing commercials.
still translates well because he does really well in the post, and
And he's a really good ISO player
he
still.
yeah, and he can still shoot over almost anybody. So I don't I don't see maybe
I would
the
like
age
to see
being
him.
such a big thing for him.
I do,
but
because here's another factor nobody's saying. The media. Imagine the media every single game behind Melo, all the bullshit coverage. It's just going to bring a lot of attention to teams that they just don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
Why did
That's
Melo
a big
not
issue.
play?
Yeah.
Why did Melo play? How many minutes is Melo getting?
I feel
That
like
would be so
that-
annoying.
That's a big issue.
I feel like the
That
Nets.
is
I don't
huge.
think it would. I feel like they're going to be worried about everybody else on the team,
Mhm.
and they just put it together. So they're going. I feel like he'd be an afterthought. So I mean,
I think
that'd
that's
almost
why
be
he'd
like a
fit
good
well
thing.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like they're all
There's
more
a few
worried about.
teams I think would be good for him. Some teams want some attention, like the really small market teams that don't have a lot of stuff going for them. If you
No,
look at-
Yeah,
not
like
one person
Sacramento.
offered him.
I
offered him
know.
though, so they
It's-
clearly
it's-
don't
It's
want
honestly
that.
crazy to me. Still thinking about it, it's just crazy to me. How he's not on a team like the Hornets that have Terry Rozier as their first option.
Well, Michael Jordan does run them.
Exactly.
So.
There's some connections there. Get him in.
Yeah.
I want him to see.
Do you
I think about
do you
it
think
every
he's
day.
just too expensive or what?
I think he'll take a minimum contract.
I think he
No, I
burned
don't
bridges
know.
he didn't know he burned.
Yeah, that's a good.
Maybe
that's a good
that's
point.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors with that. It's not
I'm just happy
his
that
scoring
we've
ability.
got this much on Carmelo right now.
I could talk about Carmelo for 2 hours. Don't push me.
Yeah, I could talk about Carmelo for a long time too.
But it's one thing we didn't mention about the NBA is that Sean Livingston retired,
Oh yeah.
which
My phone. I gotta put this off my home security.
I'm honestly surprised he didn't retire a couple of years ago.
Well,
I feel like he's been 30 for 12 years.
yeah, but he's been pretty valuable, especially to the Warriors. He's pretty integral to their bench unit.
Yeah, definitely. Probably my favorite bench player of theirs.
Seeing him come
if
back
we're
from that
if we're
injury, too,
talking
is just-
about Sean Livingston, we gotta just say shout out to Nate.
Why?
He looks just like
Oh.
him.
Okay.
He
Shout out
used
to Nate.
I hate that Sean Livingston jump shot, that free throw range shit. He
Ugh.
always hit it, or get fouled on it because of his release. It was so lengthy and long.
Yeah, he extended his arms all the way
Every
up
time.
before he just flicked his wrist
Yes,
for the.
exactly. He would do his shot and then he would shoot so he
Yep.
gets the foul. It was a good move. It worked.
I mean, he's
It
so
worked for him,
he's so long. That's all he has to do is
Exactly.
the follow through.
I hated it.
It is ugly for sure, but it works. He great from the mid range.
Yeah, he played his game.
So I just want to take a small moment to comment on our videos, and you
Comment.
can win 2K.
Win 2K. You can
Don't,
use Sean
don't
Livingston.
forget that you can win 2K.
Hey Doug,
Can
do
I
we have
enter
any other
this?
questions or comments from the
I don't
chat?
see why not.
Not really, no.
Okay.
We got Josh shouting out Big Little Cuzzo. Lawrence.
Awesome. I'm glad he's watching.
But so your nickname is Bulletproof. Do you want to say where that came from? You do not have to.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So I mean, people know me and Doug, know we were involved in basically a shooting. Guy came in to the bar we're at and decided he wanted to shoot it up, and I mean, I tried to stop him. It didn't really work, but
You did.
I mean,
you did it.
we're here, so
We're
that's
here.
all. That's all that matters. But I mean, I never even thought of the name, and then my coach came up with it, and I was like, okay, that works.
It's fitting. It's
Yeah.
very
Pretty dope,
fitting.
man. So,
I said more like bullet resistant than bulletproof.
that's good. But so you were shot how many times?
4 times.
4 times. And coming out of that, did you ever expect to fight again?
Honestly, my mindset, yeah, I honestly didn't have any doubt. I think
willed it. You willed it into fruition.
I think when I was young, I kind of went through some stuff where I had surgery, and I just went through some tough stuff when I was a young kid. So I feel like that kind of helped me out with the mindset to just be like, okay, well, I just got to get through this.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of always knew I'd be able to fight again. I mean, I was hoping. There was one point where they didn't think I would because they thought they were going to take my kidney.
Right.
But I mean, after that, they had a nephrostomy tube in. They took that out, and I've been fine ever since. So
And now you're a pro fighter.
Did we
Yeah.
mention
Kicking
that
ass.
Doug got shot too?
I was also
yes, Doug was the
if
first
nobody-
person shot.
I was the
Yeah.
first person shot, and then Lawrence came to the rescue.
Thank God for your bouncy breastbone.
All my fluffiness saved me.
Saved you. But yeah, I mean, pretty legit.
Pretty dope backstory you got.
Yeah. You're kind of like a superhero.
I wouldn't say that at all. More like just lucky. More like kick-ass.
I love
Except for the
Kick-Ass.
nerve damage.
That's a good movie.
I didn't like Kick-Ass 2 that much.
Oh, my seat is sinking.
Yeah, there's a problem with that chair. It just goes down.
When you hit your
randomly.
limit, it brings you down.
Before this, we didn't think about where he was going to sit, if he would have headphones or nothing. So we
Yeah,
did our
we
job.
wing this. We wing a lot of stuff, but we always
Hey.
make it work.
I think it's working.
It's working.
It works.
As far as I know.
So,
All right, so we can talk about some bets.
well,
I mean,
we
you guys
didn't
want to talk about
the boxing fight that happened yesterday.
Because I didn't watch it. You didn't,
I didn't
watch
watch
it.
it
And
either.
didn't watch
I
it.
watched highlights right before.
Lawrence, did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay, so I'll let
So
Lawrence
one of
talk
us
about
watched
it.
it. That's good.
So it was Tyson Fury versus Otto Wallin. I don't know how you say it. His name's weird, but it was a good fight. It went all 12 rounds. Tyson Fury had a big test, actually. I mean, they were kind of expecting him to maybe walk through him, but the guy was game. He had great technique. He was throwing good left hands. He's a southpaw. That probably definitely gave Tyson Fury problems, and he cut him with a left hook over his eye, which was like the whole length of his eyebrow, and then he had another cut on his eyelid underneath it. So pretty much past I think it was the third or fourth round that happened. After that, the announcers were all talking about if it gets stopped, then it's going to be a victory for the other guy, because they knew it was from a punch. But Tyson Fury did a good job of weathering the storm and putting a lot of pressure on the other guy, and just willing to a victory and winning like a real champion.
That's awesome.
Nice. Did you watch the Cowboy fight?
Cowboys Ferrani?
Yeah.
No, I didn't watch that.
It was
Did
over.
he win?
No.
No.
But I guess
Who'd he fight?
whoever he was fighting was a friend of his. I don't know if they trained together or they're in the same gym or what.
I like Cowboy.
But he was I like him too. He was so excited for the kid. I think
That's
it was a
pretty cool.
TKO. And he had him down on the ground and the ref didn't stop it. And he was telling the ref stop the fight. I don't want to keep hitting him, because the guys, they're so close friends. It was really cool to see at the
Hey,
end
business is business, man. They're
Yeah,
both
I'm
getting
throwing
paid.
some punches.
They're both getting paid.
You knew what was happening before we walked into that cage.
Yeah, I
So
like Cowboy. He
Tyson
always-
Fury's heavyweight too, right? Not to cut off him yet.
Yeah.
Or is there a or is there a different class for?
No,
women that
he's
day?
a heavyweight, and he's 6'9" and 260 or something like that.
Jeez.
He's huge,
That sounds ridiculous.
and his
Would
reach
you
is
fight him?
85 inches.
He's definitely.
You would have to, if you had the opportunity, just for to get your name out there, right? And the
I
purse
mean,
would be
you
huge.
you would always. I mean, they would definitely. It'd be huge for me.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying on your
But
end.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it'd have to be some rocky shit for them to be like, oh, we want you to fight Tyson Fury. I'd be like, no, you don't.
My money's on you if you do.
My money's on Tyson Fury. No offense.
Yeah, my
No,
money's on
you said
Tyson
he's
Fury too.
6'9".
No, hold
I'm
on.
doubling
Yeah,
my
but do
money.
you guys understand? I would take Lawrence. You take him because what if he does hit that one
If he
shot?
does win, you're making $100,000 on your bet. If
You'd
you're
make
betting on him.
money.
So actually, Tyson Fury did fight this guy. His name's Steve Cunningham, about my size, and he was a cruiserweight champion. And he moved up to fight Tyson Fury, and he knocked Tyson Fury down with an overhand right.
Wow.
And everybody was surprised, but then just Tyson Fury kind of just overwhelmed him,
Saved him up.
probably 4 or
Made him
5
up.
rounds later.
He's like, that's not gonna happen again.
Yeah.
So what do you want to talk about, Kev? Betting?
Yeah, I don't know. Do you feel like talking about any of going back to
Well,
football, or we just
Ant's did
running
pretty
in
well
circles?
FanDuel.
Yeah, Ant's
Last
doing well in
week.
Last
FanDuel.
week, it's going downhill
Oh,
fast
you're
here.
falling.
All right, so I'll talk. I'm 4 for 5 so far this week betting. If I can get Saints, I'm 5 for 5, and I did very well. If so,
So who did you take?
all right. So I took Temple over Maryland. The spread was fishy. It went from 3 opening up to 6, and I'm like, okay, Maryland beat the shit out of Howard. Maryland beat the shit out of Syracuse. I looked at Temple. They always play them tough, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to go with them plus the points. The spread is weird. They covered. I took Florida State plus 7.5 over Virginia, and I got lucky on that. The team was up 1 point, scored a touchdown, made it 7. I had them plus 7.5. They kicked the extra point. I would have lost because they would have had it by 8. They kick it. They missed. Game ends. I cover by
my
the
God.
half point. I got
Wow.
lucky. And then I had Bills against the Giants, and the Bills beat them. And then today I have I had the Lions over the Chargers, and that game was pretty crazy. The Chargers had every opportunity to win and just kept blowing it. Prater missed extra points. He missed field goals, interceptions at the wrong time. And basically, it was a 10-13 game. Lions won, and now I have the Saints against the Rams. And if the Saints can pull that off, even though Drew Brees just dislocated his thumb and is out for the game, if they could pull that off, then that's a 5-for-5 week, and that's solid. It's a good bounce back from last week. I was 1 for 3.
I feel like there's a lot of missed field goals this week in college and NFL.
There was.
There was.
I was watching the Titans game all the way through. Missed field goal or missed extra point, missed field goal.
Vinatieri missed another one.
He missed.
Poor guy.
He missed
you
2.
don't-
It's like he's 47
He's
years
like-
old or
missed
something.
2.
So he missed 2 like his
Extra
whole
points.
career.
No, he missed 2 this game.
Oh wow.
And they snuck by and won though by 2 points. Had they not, Vinatieri might not have been playing next
The Colts
week.
won.
What's that?
I haven't paid much attention
Colts
today.
won.
I've been busy.
Mariota threw, it was like, I think 4th and 1 or something on their side of the field just to kick the field goal to win. There was like 10 seconds left, and the guy dropped the pass, and they would have been set up for a game-winning field goal by Santos, but it didn't work out
That's
that
the
way.
worst drop pass.
Drop pass to lose the game is the worst.
Drop pass. Like anytime a player drops a pass, no matter what team, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Syracuse had a
Not
couple
really.
drops yesterday.
Oh, we
They
didn't
should
talk
have
about
got
Syracuse.
canceled.
Syracuse did great yesterday, right?
Oh my goodness! But listen, Syracuse, you guys don't. Okay,
It's
you guys
not
wouldn't
worth
believe
talking
me.
about.
Yeah, but you guys, do you guys watch the game all the way through or no?
I watched till the third quarter.
Me
and then I
too.
stopped.
But did we not have opportunity after opportunity? It's not like we did just get smoked. Like they were up 2
No,
touchdowns and we were at the red zone. Then we threw a pick back to them. Okay, they go down. They score a touchdown. We get to the red zone. We turn it over or run up for 4th and 1 and we lose it.
Oh, yeah. They lost because
then we
they-
throw another pick. It's just like you got to be. We had opportunities. The score should have been like 34 to like 41 if we could have executed on any of the 4 red zone opportunities.
They
Why
were
do you
treating
think
them
that
like it
happened?
was an NFL team, and they need to realize that like they're on the same level.
It's
They're
honestly
just college
DeVito
kids. They're all the same age.
And he's young. He's a redshirt sophomore. He has time. Maybe next year he'll be good. This season we got to look ahead.
Yeah, but I feel like
DeVito, he played pretty. He had spurts where he did have some long balls, but taking over for Dungy's shoes, that's tough. Dungy was a baller.
I feel like last year he did well when he filled in. Though.
Yeah, he
That's
did.
why I feel like there were such high expectations this year because it's like, okay, when DeVito did play, he looked good last year at least, and now it's like I feel like the pressure is just.
It's
Yeah.
different
He
because
had
think
to
about it.
affect
He
people
knew
differently.
last year
Yeah.
that once he was in, that he still had Dungy backing
Yeah.
him up at some point.
And you
Now
also-
it's like I'm the man. I don't have anybody.
Yeah.
Dungy's helping me play, explaining receiver routes and stuff in practice and tendencies and all that stuff.
You also got to think Dungy and DeVito are 2 completely different quarterbacks.
Way
Yeah,
different,
for
man.
sure.
So when he came in, the defense was planning for Dungy.
Yeah,
So
That's true,
he
too.
saw
Oh, you're
success
right. Yeah, you're
because
right.
they weren't
They
prepared
were-
for him.
Yeah,
Yep.
you're right. Game plan was
And
Dungy. Game plan wasn't DeVito.
he still has skill. Like he's still talented. So
yeah. I thought he threw
once he came in the
pretty
game,
good
it's a totally
balls.
different game.
And of course, we had 2
didn't
drops.
watch the-
we had some
Yeah.
bad drops, touchdown
For sure.
drops.
He did
We
have
had a
some,
couple.
some nice passes.
He did, but you got to understand something that was very bad and
The
it happened
inter-
play after
the
play. When he got put
interception.
under pressure, he turned his back and ran backwards.
Yeah.
You have to go forwards and go down.
Yeah, he didn't step in the pocket.
He
ever.
doesn't step in the pocket. That's terminology. He gets out of the pocket and goes backwards every time. It's like, dude.
Yeah.
So then they're just gonna send more pressure. What were you gonna say on that?
I mean, I also hate when it's like a 3rd and 18 and he throws a 2-yard pass.
A little check down pass.
Yeah, and
Oh,
it's
I
like,
cannot stand those
okay,
little wide receiver
we
screens that
can't
they-
have the we
never
need
works.
something
Never.
more
They
than
never
that.
work. You get
And
4 yards out of it sometimes,
Yeah.
if that.
It works like the first play of the game, and then it never works again.
That's why in Madden I throw the Hail Mary every time.
Yep. Or you do the
Four
read
verticals.
option with Vince Young
Yeah.
in NCAA 2004.
Oh, Michael Vick.
Vic 07.
Vick in 07.
So I understand why the win total is now 5.5 preseason. If you bet Syracuse to how many games they're going to win, Vegas had them at 5.5.
They only got 12 games, right?
I thought that was a dead lock because they won 10 last year. So I'm like, it's a dead lock, and nope.
Vegas is smarter than us.
Yep.
So who are we
always
playing
true.
next?
Who do
Do
we
we
have
know who
next?
we have
Ant,
next?
Can you look that up?
Western Michigan.
And they will probably give us a run for their money too.
They'll probably beat us. We'll probably lose the rest of the games. Because that's how Syracuse is.
Yep.
And then the fans will
Go away.
just start booing again, and they won't go to
And
the
now
game.
Dino's gonna leave before his reputation gets tarnished
Yeah.
even more. Dino's gonna be a head
Dino will
coach.
go coach the fucking Panthers or
Yep,
something.
yep. That's yeah.
No disrespect to Ron Rivera. I don't think he's going anywhere.
He's been there
yeah.
forever.
So did we decide this episode what my NFL team was?
Jets.
Because I think I have a new team every week.
Listen,
and I'm not
flip a
sure.
coin.
Go
you
Raiders,
either go
bro.
with one of us or
Definitely
go
not
different.
the Raiders. I hate the way their fans look.
Yeah, their fans are
Yeah,
scary.
yeah, but listen,
Terrifying.
they're
I
gonna be
would
Vegas.
never
so it's
want
gonna
to be a
new
fan of the
team.
Raiders.
It's gonna be Vegas Raiders, so it's like a new start. So
Oh,
you
I
won't
do
be
like
bandwagoning anything.
That is gonna
I
be.
do like that.
That's
I'm
the
a
big
big
one.
fan of
Gonna be
Vegas.
Vegas.
Hey, Vegas has everything pretty soon except NBA team. NBA is
They
gonna
have
get
a
expanded.
WNBA team.
NBA is gonna get expanded to Las Vegas.
Oh, it's gonna happen soon. You remember I said this? The expansion.
reason
it's,
not
it's
to.
coming soon.
They would have to add 2 teams, but I think Vegas and Seattle, they both will
I
need
could see
teams
another
back.
Canada team too. I actually seen in the
There
news
should be a
recently
Canada team.
there's talk of doing a Euro conference in the NBA, which would be awesome.
That would be trash.
Wait. So like teams from Europe
Yeah, like a
will come
European
to will
conference.
travel here.
Oh
Yeah.
my
I
god,
feel
they
like
get
that's
the
gonna be
shit beat out of them
expensive.
every time. They cannot
Well, I
run
mean,
with us.
players from the NBA would
Could be on that team too.
be on that. It would be an expansion.
I see what you're saying.
So I mean, it wouldn't
No,
just be
they
Euro
won't do
players.
that. I don't
I could
see
see
it.
them doing like one team.
If it was
No.
easier to get from Europe to the United States, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Well, they would
they're
have
not.
they would have interconference games. It's something that
Like,
maybe
the farthest
future
point
down the line they could
you're gonna go
That's a
is
pretty
from like New
interesting
York to
idea.
California, and that's still only like a 6-hour flight
Yeah,
direct.
no, I mean you're right.
5.5 with
You're
time.
right.
So I
The
mean,
Atlantic
I
Ocean is pretty
Feel
big.
like if they had
Yeah.
if they wanted to
it's
do
a
that, they
12-hour
would have
flight
to
in some
reduce
parts
the
more.
amount of games. I would think.
Yeah,
That's all,
because
there would have to be
all that
less
traveling
games.
would kill the players.
Oh yeah, without a
No.
doubt.
All right,
I
so
do think another
think we
Canada
figured it
team
out,
would
though.
be in the works.
why Canada? Why not stay in
Vancouver.
the U.S.?
Doug is all
Did you
about
see
Vancouver.
how much Canada like got together for the Toronto Raptors?
They might have got together for them, but what the hell is Canada's population?
Basketball was invented in
very-
Canada.
What?
Hold on. Yeah, but let me.
That could be a foul right
For
there.
asking, for asking a question, how
I
big?
mean,
how big
it's
is
a
Canada?
country.
I understand that, but isn't it so goddamn spread
It's-
out? There
yeah,
are
it's
so
spread out.
There, like half of the country is just
Every
dead.
city is
There's
not-
a couple big cities, but other than that, it's just land.
Well, how many people do you think can go to an NBA game?
From where?
Anywhere.
You put
Every-
you
all
put
over,
an
every
NBA
city.
team in any,
But you only need like
any
30,000
Canadian
people.
country or
Oh,
state,
that's what you were asking.
city.
How many people can
We
get?
had 50,000 people in an SU game in Syracuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different. That's all we have.
That's like half our population.
That would be all they have.
Okay, okay.
If you
but
put a team in
what,
Vancouver,
what incentive would the United States, the National Basketball Association, have for adding to Canada rather than keeping here and expanding within our own?
expansion.
because then you get an entirely new country.
Yeah, you get new viewers.
I guess
new-
so. I see it, but I don't in a way. Toronto is so damn close; it's 4 hours from here, so that kind of
Yeah,
makes
but
sense.
Vancouver's
You could
right
do
above
Vancouver.
Seattle.
Vancouver, yeah, that's above Seattle, but that would, I mean,
Montreal's pretty close too.
okay, maybe they will. I
mean,
still think
Canada's
not
I
far
still
at
think
all.
there's cities here that probably deserve
All
an
of-
NBA
Quebec's
team
not
before
far
going
either.
Canada.
All
Yeah.
of those cities have soccer teams
Hold on though.
that play in the
None of
US.
those teams are as big as or none
They
of
have
those cities
grass
are as
in
big as
Canada?
Toronto. Toronto's the biggest city out of all of them.
So
So check out how big each of the cities are.
I mean, Toronto's
it's not like Green Bay's a big city, but they got a football team
All right, well they have to have something that's been around forever. That's one of the original teams ever.
that's still thriving.
And they grew. I mean, the NFL started here.
I'm not even sure what we're talking about.
Okay.
so many.
No,
cities
I'm
are-
just saying, like, how big is Montreal? Is it the same? Like, does it have
I
as
don't
many
know how
people as
big Montreal
Syracuse or
is.
more? So would
Oh,
Syracuse?
Montreal's
No,
much
That's
bigger
what I'm
than
asking,
Montreal's
like-
Syracuse.
big. Every big city in Canada is huge.
Okay.
Yeah, there's Montreal's definitely bigger than cities that have NBA teams.
Okay.
For sure.
It's got to be. I don't know for sure.
Sacramento's not big.
Sacramento, Washington. I mean,
Sacramento's the
Washington's big,
capital of California, though.
That doesn't mean anything. Albany's
Still
the
not
capital of
big.
New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's why they probably have Sacramento. That's the capital of Cali.
but
Albany
I
doesn't
would
have a team.
definitely add another Canadian team. But I get what you're saying. There is a lot of U.S.
Big
cities that could
cities.
definitely use a
Here we
team.
go, guys. Tijuana.
I want a Hawaii team.
Nope, that's
Hawaii
Mexico.
would be
I want a
awesome.
Hawaii team. All right, get me. I was watching a video on YouTube yesterday about Hawaii expansion.
That sounds great.
I'm already at 2. I gotta stop talking.
Every player would want to go and play in Hawaii.
Yeah, seriously.
Hawaii team would be cool,
Put
but
a
that is a lot of
Honolulu team.
travel too.
Yeah.
But their colleges
Hawaii's
do
pretty
it.
far
Their
out,
colleges
far
do
away.
it
That's true.
It's far for like New York. For the East
for
Coast.
sure.
Oh yeah, that's like the opposite side of the globe almost. I might be wrong.
That would be similar to like an overseas
Yeah.
distance wise.
All right, guys.
Okay, so here's
That's-
something. Hold on.
Okay.
Toronto
Final
has
thoughts.
3 million people. The next biggest Canadian city It's Quebec City with 540,000, and it only goes lower from there. Cuse is almost as big as some of those cities in Canada. I don't want fouls, but I'm just saying.
I mean,
Toronto's only 3
didn't
million,
know
and
that.
it's 500,000 from there. Why
Thanks
do
for
they
that
deserve them?
information.
Hold on. Why do they both get fouls for that?
I feel like no, because then Doug fouls out, and that's a
Wait,
weak
for
way to
what?
foul
What
out.
do
You said that Montreal is so big and huge.
500,000 is not big.
That's Quebec. I mean, I'm just saying from there. That's not that big, right? Or it can't, I mean,
Syracuse has like 50,000 people in it.
200,000, I thought.
I don't.
I
Think
thought it
so.
was 100.
Is it Onondaga?
I'm honestly not sure.
I don't know either.
think it's like
But
100.
I'm just saying, maybe they're like Vegas. I don't know, what does Vegas have? But it's
I
all
mean, Vegas is
touristy,
probably
so
pretty-
they probably don't have
Yeah,
too
you know,
many like actual people that live there. But they would get attraction from people.
Vegas would be a huge market just because there's so many people that travel there.
Are we wrapping it up, man?
I was definitely way wrong. Syracuse has 145,000.
I said 200, so I mean,
So
hell with it.
a third of this city was at the Syracuse game yesterday.
That's crazy.
It's pretty nuts.
Yeah. I don't know if that's Syracuse or like the surrounding area.
Yeah, does that
probably
include
Onondaga
like
County.
Cicero?
Well, no, Onondaga. County's
No,
a
it's
lot
probably
bigger
the
than
city.
Syracuse.
It's probably the people that live in the city limits.
Probably.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Onondaga County is 500,000.
Yikes.
That's a lot.
We should get an NBA team.
We had one.
I know. They could bring it back.
They should.
No, because they probably couldn't
Then
generate
there'd be
money
like,
like that,
then
right?
there'd
There's
be
not
like
enough money
Orange
here for
County team and
Yeah, No.
All right,
there's definitely
guys.
some teams that-
That's all the time we have today.
Oh wow,
We're
sped
done.
through this
Yeah,
That was
look at
pretty
this.
quick.
So Vancouver is only a little bigger than Onondaga County.
I mean, yeah, but
Well, that's an entire county.
That's true.
there's definitely all the
That's true.
surrounding cities
Surrounding.
and stuff too.
Yeah.
Like cities are very close together in some of those areas.
All right. We want to
All right.
thank you guys for watching.
Hold on. Let's thank Lawrence again
Okay.
for coming on to the
Yeah.
show.
Hey, thanks
We
for having me,
appreciate him.
guys.
Of course.
Ever
man.
since I see you guys started this, I'm like, hey, this seems like something I'd definitely be interested
Did you
in.
enjoy your time here?
I did.
We're gonna
This
have
is-
you
There's
back
no-
on once you
I
get
was
done with
gonna
your
say,
fight.
Yeah,
We're
there's
gonna
no
talk
saying
about it.
this is the last time.
No,
Nope.
no.
After
no.
his
Definitely,
fight,
I'm
we
down
should have
for
him back
whenever.
on here and talk about it and do a recap.
For sure.
Follow us on Instagram, foul.nba.
Everyone comment on YouTube.
Comment
Now.
on YouTube.
Or not now. It won't count now.
Yeah,
Once the
don't do it
video's
now. I mean, we got to be able to find
done.
those.
Yeah, we gotta. I don't know how to do that.
Signing off.
Anyway, all right. Kevin's out.
Okay, Kev. Goodbye.
Facebook, foul.nba, website, fouledoutpodcast.com. Search Fouled Out wherever you listen to podcasts. Follow, like, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. We'll catch you guys next week. I don't know what we're doing yet, so
We'll figure it out.
we'll let you know during
My
the week.
challenge.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, Kevin's challenge.
Almost mine.
Look forward to that. Goodbye.
See you. Everybody.